In the blazing heat of Lagos traffic, where engines roared like restless beasts, a young boy named Tunde carried a tray of biscuits through the chaos. Every morning, he weaved between cars, his tiny frame swallowed by a city that never slowed down, not even for children. Life taught him early that poverty doesn't wait for permission. You either hustle or you go hungry. So Tunde pushed his voice through the noise, shouting prices with the confidence of someone who refused to be invisible. He studied every driver, who rushed, who bargained, who might buy, and who pretended not to see him. Sometimes he skipped meals, but never skipped hustle, because he knew hunger disappears faster than opportunity. One day, a sleek black SUV rolled to a stop beside him, quiet, clean, and out of place on that dusty road. Inside sat a man whose calm smile showed a life completely different from Tunde's. "How much for the whole tray?" the man asked. Tunde froze. Nobody had ever said that before. The man paid without negotiation. No argument, no stress, just trust. And then he said the words that changed everything. "Have you ever thought of doing real estate?" That night, Tunde lay awake replaying the question over and over. Real estate. What did it even mean? The next morning, he walked into the man's office, nervous, dusty, and wide-eyed. There he saw maps, buildings, blueprints, a world built not on survival, but on ownership. "This," the man said, "is how wealth is made, not by selling biscuits, but by owning land." Tunde soaked in every word. He studied property ads the way some kids studied textbooks. He followed real estate agents around town, watching how they talked, how they negotiated, how they closed deals. But there was one problem he couldn't ignore. He had zero capital, not even a naira to invest. So he used the only thing he did have: courage. He started pitching land to strangers, relying on street-earned confidence. His first commission was 8,000 naira. Small money, but to Tunde, it felt like destiny shaking his hand. He bought a small meal and thanked God, because even small wins are still wins. With each tiny deal, he stood a little straighter, walked a little bolder. Soon he was pitching to bigger crowds, explaining land like he'd been born with a blueprint in his hand. Then came the opportunity that changed everything. A struggling estate developer gave him a chance. They laughed at him. A biscuit hawker selling 30 plots? Impossible. But Tunde didn't argue. He accepted the challenge with the confidence of a boy who survived Lagos traffic. He hit the land site with everything he had, sunburned, tired, but unstoppable. He pitched with fire in his voice, showing buyers not just land, but possibility. One by one, buyers arrived, drawn by his passion, his honesty, his hunger. Deal after deal, handshake after handshake, Tunde sold all 30 plots in just 3 weeks. The developers who doubted him were speechless. Investors began calling. His phone didn't stop ringing. Everyone wanted Tunde the closer. His reputation grew faster than his bank account, but both were rising. With his first big earnings, he bought a tiny plot of land, his first real taste of ownership. He built small mini-flats, simple, strong, and profitable. When the first tenants paid rent, Tunde felt something new: cash flow, money that worked even when he slept. He didn't waste a single naira. Every profit went straight into another property. Soon he wasn't just buying land, he was building estates. Years rolled by. The biscuit boy grew into the businessman the city now recognized. Today, Tunde stands tall in a crisp navy blue suit, looking over the skyline he once only dreamed of. He closes deals in boardrooms filled with polished tables and powerful people. He drives a car like the one that once stopped beside him in traffic, except now it's his. But deep in his office drawer, taped carefully inside, sits one old biscuit wrapper, a reminder of where it all began. He looks at it and smiles because he knows the boy he used to be is the reason the man he is today exists. From the top floor of his skyscraper, he watches the city that raised him, taught him, tested him, refined him. Every step he took echoes behind him, loud, clear, undeniable. Because hustle has a sound, and only those who grind long enough ever hear it bounce back. Tunde, the biscuit hawker turned real estate mogul, stands as proof that success isn't magic. It's persistence, it's courage, it's choosing not to quit, even when the world expects you to.